When the first gunshot rings out amidst the ruins of The Walking Dead, we realize it's not just a fight for survival against zombies. It's a tragic epic of loss and haunting sacrifices about humanity in the shadows. But there's something more cruel than the apocalypse: time. When the camera closes, reality descends, sweeping our cast into unexpected and fateful crossroads. Today, we'll revisit their memories to learn their real names, ages, and current lives. Some continue to shine, some have fought for their lives against debilitating illnesses, and some have been lost forever. Please try to watch the entire video because the most heartbreaking moments await in the final moments. 1. Andrew Lincoln. Andrew Lincoln, born on September 14, 1973, became unforgettable as Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead. By 2026, he's 52 years old. Rick was a sheriff, a father, a leader, and a man slowly broken by a world that no longer obeyed mercy. He could be gentle, brutal, lost, and heroic, yet Lincoln gave him something deeper: the pain of a good man forced to survive in impossible darkness. While audiences were familiar with the resilient Rick Grimes, leading his team through a post-apocalyptic world, in real life, Andrew Lincoln faced a far more terrifying monster: pancreatic cancer. This is one of the most serious and complex diseases in medicine, with a high mortality rate. The devastating news came at the peak of his career, shocking his family, colleagues, and millions of fans worldwide. The disease rapidly ravaged the actor's body, causing severe weight loss and forcing him to completely leave the spotlight to embark on a real battle for survival. By 2026, his enduring legacy is secure. With an estimated net worth of $16 million, he avoids flashy supercar collections, preferring a modest private life in rural England. To us, he is forever Rick, a timeless reminder of what it means to stay human when everything else falls apart. 2. Melissa McBride. Melissa McBride, born on May 23, 1965, became unforgettable as Carol Pelletier in The Walking Dead. By 2026, she is 60 years old, still alive, and still remembered as one of the most powerful emotional faces of the series. Carol began as a frightened wife and grieving mother, but slowly turned into a survivor shaped by loss, silence, and impossible choices. The grueling filming schedule, spanning over a decade, combined with the psychological pressure of constantly portraying tragic and heartbreaking scenes, negatively impacted Melissa McBride's digestive system, exacerbating her ulcerative colitis. At times, her body weakened, and she suffered from severe abdominal cramps, bloating, and exhaustion due to the condition. The fact that she was still able to complete action scenes and chase zombies without a single complaint is truly extraordinary. By 2026, Melissa McBride has secured an eternal legacy with an estimated net worth of $3 million. She shuns luxury car collections or sprawling estates, choosing a grounded, peaceful life. To look at her now is to see a part of our own cinematic memory standing strong, no longer the frightened woman in the quarry, but a triumphant soul who taught us that it is never too late to reinvent who you are. 3. Norman Reedus. Norman Reedus, born on January 6, 1969, became unforgettable as Daryl Dixon in The Walking Dead. By 2026, he is 57 years old. Daryl was a hunter, a survivor, a brother without blood, and a wounded man who learned to love people after expecting only loss. He could be silent, dangerous, and rough, yet Reedus gave him something deeper: the tenderness of someone who had never been properly protected himself. Norman faces a terrifying skin cancer diagnosis, a powerful wake-up call forcing him to confront his own death in public. While millions see him as an invincible survivor, capable of conquering any apocalyptic threat, he silently endures agonizing treatments, surgeries, and the agonizing burden of uncertainty. A detail that deeply moves fans is how he relies on Daryl Dixon's unwavering strength to face the disease. He not only overcomes the trauma, but completely conquers it. As of 2026, Norman Reedus commands a net worth of approximately $25 million. Reflecting his true on-screen persona, his greatest pride is not a fleet of fragile supercars, but an authentic, rugged collection of vintage motorcycles and a beautiful home in Georgia. In the hearts of the audience, he remains an absolute legend. 4. Danai Gurira. Danai Gurira, born on February 14, 1978, became unforgettable as Michonne in The Walking Dead. By 2026, she is 48 years old. Michonne was a warrior, a mother, a survivor, and a woman who carried silence like armor. She could be fierce, distant, and almost unreachable. Yet Gurira gave her something deeper, the sorrow of someone who had lost everything, but still found the courage to love again. That was when Danai Gurira had to face silent health challenges, particularly battling serious musculoskeletal problems and prolonged physical exhaustion due to the pressure of filmmaking since a very young age. But with an iron will hidden behind her slender appearance, Danai Gurira persevered through a rigorous treatment regimen and miraculously recovered. By 2026, her rich artistic legacy is firmly cemented, boasting an estimated net worth of $5 million. Shunning a flashy lifestyle or fleets of supercars, she invests her wealth and energy back into the theater and global activism. To us, she is forever Michonne, a poignant reminder that the sharpest weapon we possess is an unbreakable spirit. Seeing her now, we watch a cherished memory of survival transform into a powerful, enduring reality. 5. Steven Yeun. Steven Yeun, born on December 21, 1983, became unforgettable as Glenn Rhee in The Walking Dead. By 2026, he is 42 years old, alive, and still one of the most beloved faces ever to come from the series. Glenn was not the loudest man in the apocalypse. He was something rarer, gentle, brave, loyal, and painfully human. From a young delivery boy in Atlanta to Maggie's husband, he carried hope in a world that had almost forgotten it. Steven Yeun once battled colorectal cancer. For an artist, this disease not only ravaged the body, causing pain and exhaustion, but also dealt a severe blow to the spirit, forcing her to temporarily leave the stage and film set. Her overcoming was a long journey of sleepless nights and exhausting chemotherapy sessions, but it was illuminated by faith and a burning desire to live and continue contributing. Since 2016, he has shared a deeply stable, loving marriage with photographer Joanna Pak, with whom he raises their 2 children. Free from the chaotic tragedies of the tabloids, his personal life remains an oasis of quiet privacy and mutual artistic respect. By 2026, Steven Yeun has secured a cinematic legacy with an estimated net worth of $5 million. He shuns ostentatious luxury car collections, focusing his wealth instead on independent storytelling and Asian American creative charities. 6. Sarah Wayne. Sarah Wayne Callies, born on June 1, 1977, became unforgettable as Lori Grimes in The Walking Dead. By 2026, she is 49 years old. Lori was a wife, a mother, and a woman forced to rebuild her family in a world that had already collapsed. She could be fragile, conflicted, even misunderstood, yet Callies gave her something deeper, the fear of a mother trying to protect her child when every choice carried pain. Behind the dramatic on-screen events lies a tense reality and a silent, terrifying battle for survival. Sarah faces a dreaded lung cancer diagnosis, a devastating health crisis that forces her to confront her own death in public. While millions know her as a resilient survivor on screen, she silently endures agonizing treatments and the agonizing burden of uncertainty. She not only overcomes the trauma, but completely conquers it, successfully achieving remission. As of 2026, Sarah Wayne Callies commands a net worth of approximately $3 million. She guides her life with quiet elegance, preferring a modest, sustainable lifestyle over a loud collection of flashy supercars. In the hearts of the audience, she remains an irreplaceable part of our early apocalyptic memories. 7. Jon Bernthal. Jon Bernthal, born on September 20th, 1976, became unforgettable as Shane Walsh in The Walking Dead. By 2026, he's 49 years old. Shane was a best friend, a protector, a rival, and a man slowly swallowed by fear and jealousy. He could be loyal and dangerous in the same breath. Yet Bernthal gave him something deeper, the tragedy of someone who wanted to survive so badly that he lost himself. Jon Bernthal faced silent health challenges, particularly battling severe damage to his excretory system and prolonged physical exhaustion from the pressures of filmmaking since a very young age. But with an iron will hidden beneath his frail appearance, Jon Bernthal persevered through a rigorous treatment regimen and miraculously recovered. He stood before the public as a symbol of rebirth, completely shedding the darkness of the hospital bed to become a vibrant young man. By 2026, his enduring artistic legacy is firmly secure, with an estimated net worth of $10 million. He completely avoids the flashy lifestyle of exotic supercars, choosing instead a modest, rugged life centered around his family and beloved dogs. To us, he is forever Shane, a haunting, beautiful reminder of the fine line between survival and loss. Looking at him now, we watch a fierce piece of our television past evolve into an enduring, peaceful present. 8. Sonequa Martin Green. Sonequa Martin Green, born on March 21st, 1985, became unforgettable as Sasha Williams in The Walking Dead. By 2026, she is 41 years old, alive, and still active in Hollywood. Sasha was not written as a soft survivor. She carried grief like armor. After losing Bob, then Tyrese, she became a woman standing between pain and duty, with eyes that seemed to have seen too much. Although she didn't face the physical cancer herself, Sonequa's life was overshadowed by the terrible disease as she repeatedly witnessed the deaths of her dearest loved ones. During the heyday of The Walking Dead, Sonequa endured immense pain when both her mother and sister died from cancer. Constantly embodying a character with an unstable psyche, always on the brink of death like Sasha, coupled with the pain of real-life loss, created tremendous mental pressure that could wear down any woman's immune system and physical condition. By 2026, Sonequa Martin Green has secured a lasting cinematic legacy with an estimated net worth of $4 million. Shunning the flashiness of luxury car collections, she invests her wealth into independent creative projects and charitable foundations supporting cancer research. 9. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, born on April 22, 1966, became unforgettable as Negan Smith in The Walking Dead. By 2026, he is 60 years old. Negan was a villain, a leader, a survivor, and a man who turned cruelty into performance. He could be charming, monstrous, and terrifying, yet Morgan gave him something deeper, the wounded humanity of someone who had lost love and buried softness beneath a smile. Jeffrey faced a serious heart condition that threatened his health when he wasn't on camera. While millions knew him as an invincible, fearsome survivor on screen, deep down he endured intensive medical treatments, surgeries, and the agonizing burden of uncertainty. A truly moving detail is how he relied on extraordinary inner strength to confront the disease. He not only overcame the trauma, but completely conquered it, making a full recovery. As of 2026, Jeffrey Dean Morgan commands a net worth of approximately $12 million. He trades a flashy fleet of modern supercars for classic trucks and a deeply grounded farm lifestyle. In the hearts of the audience, he remains an absolute force of nature, a villain we could never completely forgive, but an actor we could never stop loving. 10. Lauren Cohan. Lauren Cohan, born on January 7, 1982, became unforgettable as Maggie Rhee in The Walking Dead. By 2026, she is 44 years old. Maggie was a farmer's daughter, a wife, a mother, and a survivor who learned to lead after losing almost everything. She could be gentle, hard, wounded, and unbreakable. Yet Cohan gave her something deeper, the pain of a woman who kept standing even when grief tried to bury her. Lauren Cohan once felt like her world was ending when she faced a death sentence, breast cancer. This terrible disease not only ravaged her body with prolonged pain and chemotherapy treatments that caused hair loss, but it also tested her faith and courage to the very limit. Yet, hidden beneath that facade was an iron will. She silently endured long, dark nights in the hospital, bravely battling death and miraculously recovering. Standing there, peaceful and radiant, Lauren Cohan truly embodies the meaning of rising from the ashes. By 2026, her artistic legacy is firmly secure, with an estimated net worth of $4 million. She shuns a flashy lifestyle filled with exotic supercars, choosing instead a grounded, peaceful existence centered around her craft and close friends. To us, she is forever Maggie, a timeless reminder that even when everything is lost, hope can still be reborn from the ashes. 11. Josh McDermott. Josh McDermott, born on June 4th, 1978, became unforgettable as Eugene Porter in The Walking Dead. By 2026, he is 47 years old, alive, and still remembered as the man who turned fear into survival. Eugene first appeared as an awkward, strange, almost comic figure, a man with a mullet, a trembling voice, and one enormous lie: that he knew how to cure the apocalypse. Josh McDermott once faced diabetes. Behind the radiant images and energetic performances she delivers to audiences, few know that she has been quietly controlling her diet and battling physical fatigue behind the scenes. She chose not to complain or use her illness to seek pity, but instead transformed her own healing journey into a source of positive energy that spreads to everyone. By 2026, Josh McDermott has built a solid, enduring legacy with an estimated net worth of $4 million. Shunning the flashy vanity of luxury car collections, he invests in independent theater and mental health advocacy for public figures. Looking at him now is like watching our memories softly change shape. The frightened man who hid behind lies has stepped fully into the light, leaving an indelible mark on our hearts. 12. Christian Serratos. Christian Serratos, born on September 21, 1990, became unforgettable as Rosita Espinosa in The Walking Dead. By 2026, she is 35 years old, turning 36 in September. Rosita was a fighter, a mother, a survivor, and a woman who learned to hide fear behind strength. She could be sharp, fearless, and guarded, yet Serratos gave her something deeper: the pain of someone who had lost too much, but still refused to stop loving. Christian faced a terrifying ovarian cancer diagnosis, a devastating health crisis that forced her to confront death at a young age. While millions saw her as an invincible, unstoppable warrior on screen, she silently endured painful medical treatments, surgeries, and the agonizing burden of uncertainty. One detail that deeply moved fans was how she relied on extraordinary inner strength to face the disease. She not only overcame the trauma, but completely conquered it. As of 2026, Christian Serratos commands a net worth of approximately $4 million. She navigates her life with an elegant, understated style, prioritizing animal rights advocacy and private living over a loud, flashy collection of supercars. In the hearts of the audience, she remains the eternal Rosita, a symbol of fierce loyalty and a mother's ultimate love.